This week on The Snack, Natalie Harp, the Lindsay Clancy trial, and Love is Blind UK.
This is a Dear Media production.
Enjoy. You hurt my feelings on the way in today.
What? There's a lot to discuss.
You were pulling up to the studio. We're at Spotify, by the way. And
let's open positively.
Oh,
we are here in this beautiful studio at Spotify. You guys can watch full video on Spotify. Mm-hmm. And if you remember, we recorded at another Spotify studio years ago when our studio flooded. And we are back here. This is incredible.
Looking hotter.
Looking better.
This is so beautiful.
We are the studio.
I'm at the studio, but yeah, us too.
We're in like Hollywood. The vibes are high.
We made it.
Yeah. So anyway, always watch full video on Spotify. We really love seeing you guys in those comments and stuff. And it's been so great for us to have full video on there and really reach you guys in that way. So check it out there.
Yeah. Well, enjoy this episode, guys.
Yes.
And always watch the snack episodes for sure. They're just like full of fun assets. Anyways, back to what I was saying. For one time ever, I didn't drive you to the studio today. I was sitting outside and you were like, I can't wait to see you. And I was like,
Raina?
And I got so excited. I was like, she's gotten soft and I can't wait to see her. I said, I can't wait to see you. And you said, I was just joking.
I'm being... Raina, do not. You are leaving out the second half of the text.
What'd you say?
I said, I can't wait to see you. It's been so long, with like a laughing emoji and a clown emoji. It was a joke because we literally see each other all the time. You didn't read the second half of the text?
I just said like you felt like clown emoji, like we've been apart for so long.
The joke was in the second half.
I didn't think it was a joke. I didn't think it was a joke that you were excited to see me.
Okay, here's the thing.
Sorry for believing that you're so excited to see me.
Sorry.
I'm excited
I
to
like
see
to
you.
make jokes.
I'm excited to see you.
I was like, surely she's going to know it was a joke because I've never said, I can't wait to see you.
You've never
in our
said,
friendship.
That's why I said you've gotten soft. Who does she become?
We don't hug and we don't say things like that. And so on the second half of the text was because it's been so long. Ha 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 ha. We see each other all the time. We don't even have to miss each other. That was my point.
It was such a jump scare. I was like, who has she become in the 1 week since I've seen
It's like, you don't know me at all. You don't even get my jokes anymore.
You play basketball now. Okay. You have 2 dogs. You've become totally different since I met you a
the
week
bigger
ago.
revelation is I now have 8 hair extensions, moved up from 6.
Oh, shit.
I have, if you guys are noticing, I mean, doesn't my hair, this looks like my old hair used to look.
Yeah, it looks great.
I got them, my K-tips swapped out, and she was like, I have a few extra. Do you want to do 8? And I was like, watch out, world. 8 instead of 6, as long as we don't hit double digits.
Oh, you draw the line at 9.
Yes.
You're like, I will not go past it.
I was like, Haley, let's not get carried away, but let's do 8.
Let's not be Raina about it. I am, speaking of hair extensions, I'm sorry, guys. I am putting them back in next week. It's not going to be like it was before. We're safe. We're just going right below shoulder length. So I think I'm going through like a shedding period and a bunch of them fell out. It's like not because of her or anything.
Okay.
But a lot of them fell out, so I have to get them replaced anyways. I get them replaced every 3 to 4 months. But I'm going to go a little longer. I don't like the length right now. It's like this weird in between. And I either want like really short. You guys are like, I'm so sick of hearing about Raina's hair. I want to go a little longer than shoulder length. I'm not going to go back to the long trashy ones. I promise.
No one is sick of hearing about it. People want to discuss this, but they're in the comments
There's no
saying,
support for
don't do armpit length.
Oh.
That's what you're about to do.
Don't do armpit length.
That's what you're about to do.
What would
I'm
you
just
do?
giving-
Like an inch longer than armpit length?
I want to do what you're doing. I would keep it short.
I don't like it. I feel like whose son is
Well,
this? Every time I look in the mirror, whose little boy am I looking at in the mirror?
Your body, your choice.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But this is my actual length.
Oh, your hair is that long. Crazy.
Yeah, she was like, Ashley, these are 18s. We might need 22s. I'm like, are we
Crazy.
talking about rims here? Like, what are we talking about? But no, I just have the 8K tips in for fullness, but I feel like this is what my hair used to look like. I feel like we're back. All I needed was 8 extra strands. So shout out to Haley. I'm feeling great about it.
You look
very
great.
confident.
Yeah, you look great.
In my army pants and flip-flops.
We have an event later. Are you wearing this to the event?
No, I brought other pants.
Okay.
Raina's trying to find an end to make fun of me today. I could feel.
Because you hurt my feelings.
I literally made a joke.
I'm so excited to see you.
My point is we haven't
Also,
even really...
we make fun of each other all the time. And it's my favorite dynamic with all my friends. We talk about it all the time. It's just like, that's my love language, is being made fun of. And if anybody's ever like, Raina's friends make fun of her, that's what I like. That's what I'm shooting
and it's
for.
an insult to you. And here's the tea. I'm Raina's nicest friend. of her top 5. Raina has
the meanest
a starting 5.
No one lets me get away with anything.
And then one more update on Zizou. So my foster dog, I just wanted to let you guys know he is still with us. He's extended his stay. We actually had asked if we could keep him through last weekend, and then they asked if we could keep him through the week. And so we are going to pass him off to another foster this Sunday because we're about to go out of town. I'm about to go out of town, or we would keep him for longer, or if he gets adopted before then. So he's still up for adoption, and he's such a sweet angel. And I just have like fallen in love with this dog. He's so special. And I know you guys are like, you're a notorious foster failure, but we're not going to adopt him. And I've talked about this. I did a whole Instagram reel about it. And so he is still up for adoption. I just can't recommend him enough. As we record this, who's to say? But check him out, Zizou. I'm going to put his link in the show notes again because I just love him so much.
Am I going to meet him? We gotta like schedule time for me to meet him.
I know, you gotta come over and meet him.
I'm gonna meet him on Wednesday before dinner. As of this coming out, it was yesterday.
Watch the space.
Okay, well, we're gonna thank our partners and get right into it. Thank you to Hinge. Download their audiobook, No Ordinary Love, stories of real couples who took risks for free on Spotify.
And thank you to Rocket Money. Reach your financial goals faster at rocketmoney.com/GGE. And this isn't our report, but we found this out just before we started recording that Dolly Parton has passed away. Just unbelievable, heartbreaking, just a legend, an icon, did so much good in the world, and was just such a beacon of light and hope, and the wrong 80-year-old.
I mean, can't say it loud enough. How did this happen? We got the wrong one.
When you get that notification and it's someone that is just so upsetting to lose. Like, there's these people that we've had around for our whole lifetimes, our parents' lifetimes, I remember my grandparents talking about Dolly Parton.
I'm crushed. What a delight.
And it really felt like a unifier in terms of both sides of whatever political spectrum. Like, everybody loves Dolly Parton, and she just really used her fame and her platform for good and really made such an impact on the world and lived a long, beautiful life. And so we just wanted to honor her today. And that was a blow to hear right before we hit record. So I feel like very sad, but we're going to get it up and RIP to Dolly.
Okay, well, we're going to get into our report today, which is the UK report. Lots of things coming out of the UK and something that's going back to the UK.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will be moving back to the UK, at least for a little while. Their children are enrolled in school for the fall. The grift is real with these two. You know, they came to America. They milked all that they could with the, we hate the UK and the royal family. And, you know, they did all the interviews and the books and all the things. And they're like, we're just going to go back now. They went on a worldwide tour about how much they hate the royal family, and now they're back. I was wondering what you would think about this.
I get not wanting to live here.
Sure.
Can't eat the food.
Sure.
President's a pedophile.
Totally.
We have concentration camps. I mean, just to name a few things. Like, do you feel like when they recalled the blueberries, they were like, we gotta go? It was the eggs, it was the bread, it was the blueberries. They were like, we have no food left. Meghan
Markle, she can't host her show.
She can't homestead for everything.
What's she gonna make on Netflix now?
She can't make fruit from scratch. So I feel like it was the blueberries is what did it. No, they
could have gone anywhere else though.
You think they're like grifters? Like, I mean, listen, I don't really support a lot of things about the royal family, and I understand them wanting to leave. So I am not a royal family stan. I don't know all the ins and outs. Of course, I know they came here. She did the Oprah interview. He wrote his tell-all book.
Sure.
They severed those ties.
Yeah, they got all that money, and they're like, we're back. We back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know what your take would be. I mean, people move away and then they go back to their homeland all the time.
Yeah, they don't write books about it and do interviews about how terrible they are. I'm with you. I don't really care one way or the other about the royal family. I find it interesting. I've always found this interesting about them, that they were like, we don't want the fame. We don't want the attention.
Totally. I agree with you there.
We're going to do all the books and interviews about the fame and get all the attention. And now we're back. And listen, I understand that like people have problems with their families and there's nothing... No one understands.
I love chalking this up to just like family drama. Listen, I understand. I get it, Harry. I get it.
Yeah, I understand having problems with your mom. Okay, and I understand. Like, it is just easier like when we all can get along. But I did not write a tell-all book about my mom yet, and then try to mend my relationship with her. Like, we back.
I don't think they're trying to go back and get back in with the family, or are they just trying to live back there because it sucks here? That's what I'm saying.
It's funny too.
Yeah, like I would go too. You guys,
they should go to Australia. That's my vote.
So this is like the one thing that obviously I think is a known fact is that for the past several years, Harry has argued that his family could not return to Britain because they wouldn't provide security for them. Did you know this? So because of his status as a non-working royal, and there's been lawsuits that Harry contended he was being denied the protection illegally. The courts ruled against him as recently as last year, but in December, reports emerged that the question of his security was once again under review. It is unclear whether that issue has been resolved and whether it played a role in the decision to move back. So I don't know if people know as of now, as we record, is whether he's going to have security. Maybe he will, and maybe that played into their decision. And then...
Wait, my question for you is, though... So the dispute is whether the royal family should pay for security or he should pay for it with the money he also took from the royal family because he's part of the royal family.
You hate these people.
I really do have a real problem with these people.
Okay, I mean, I just think it's all really toxic. Like, I feel like I'd want to leave the royal family too. But
totally,
to your point, yeah, they came here and really took advantage of our capitalism. But good for them. And it's unclear what they are going to do professionally, and that the security detail is unclear, no pun intended, as well. But people are saying she's going back to acting. Times are tough.
Yeah, I heard it was for an acting role. She's like, I sucked up all the money I could suck up in the U.S.
I think people would want to see her back act. People love Suits.
People would lose their minds if she acted in something.
Yeah.
And how crazy is she? She's a duchess, right? She's not a princess. She's a duchess?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean, never in like the history of time has this ever happened. A duchess is just like, I'm going to act in a movie? That would be crazy.
Suits reboot.
Why not? UK edition.
Suits UK.
Suits.
And then I read one headline that said the Montecito neighbors are like good riddance.
I'm sure.
So they could also just be haters like you, but maybe they were bad neighbors.
I think Montecito is like a small, beautiful community. I mean, it's obviously filled with extremely famous people. Oprah lives there, but it's a lot of attention and paparazzi and security and all these things. It's just a lot of hullabaloo for some people. Is that a word? It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it on Oprah? Were you silent or were you silenced? I'll never forget where I was.
Do you think she's going to do a tell-all about how terrible that interview was? That's her next tell-all.
We need that reboot too. Okay, and then we have Love is Blind UK. So for some reason, I was not realizing this. Season 3 of Love is Blind UK. Of course, I've watched every season of the show. It's my favorite reality show. But I was like, we are... third season of UK. I prefer the UK.
Yeah, I've been dying every time they put out a UK season. I'm so excited.
So as of now, as this episode airs, there will have been new episodes last night. Whether you guys have watched or not, that will be the weddings. But Netflix did something different with the season where they dropped 8 episodes, everything up until the weddings that you could binge. And I did it all in a weekend. And I just have a few thoughts, and then we're going to do the doppelgangers. We're going to do the lookalikes. But everyone is so hot.
It's obscene.
Like at this point, the US version is the Temu version. Like at this point, the UK version is the top, and we look like the less hot version, the US city.
Ashley, I can't believe like the talent that they are getting out of the. It's not that I didn't think people in the UK were hot. Of course, we think you guys are hot, but like these are the hottest people I've ever seen.
But here's my feeling on this. I find it interesting that the show is all of the UK, that's 4 countries, that's 70 million people to choose from. They can find the hottest of the hot. And I find it interesting that they do that because obviously Love is Blind US is one city, a city, 4, 5, 6 million people in a metro area, Atlanta, Seattle, whatever it may be. The UK cast always has these long distance issues. They sometimes live in different countries. Remember,
a lot of the times they live in different countries,
England and Ireland.
Yes.
So I just find it really interesting that it's funny like that. And I thought I saw something that they're doing Canada, all of Canada,
all of Canada. Remember they did all of Ohio, but it's like you could drive somewhere.
Oh, that's right. When they did a state, it was Ohio. Yeah.
But like it is so weird because like they have to live in London for the taping when they live together, and I think it's like 30 days plus you add on like 2 weeks of like pods and honeymoons and stuff. And I'm like, how are these people working?
That motivational speaker gets to work. I guess he had some speaking engagements booked, and he's the only one that gets to go to work.
There's this guy on the show. He's a motivational speaker, and when he comes back from motivational speaking, he can't be spoken to for days. He's like, it's just such an energy drain, and I need to like recharge for like 2 days. Talking to all these people. I watched he talked to 150 people.
100%.
You and I get off stage and manage to engage with other people. We're not so drained. It's actually the opposite. It like revs me up. I need like a drink to go to sleep.
It looks like he went to talk at like some office.
Yes.
Like he was like the lunchtime learning speaker.
Yeah, like a convention with like hundreds of speakers. And he's just like, this drains me too much to talk to my partner.
And while this is happening, all he's doing is just sitting there scrolling. Like he just doesn't want to talk to her. And he's like, I'm just really drained from my motivational speaking in front of 100 people. Okay, so you mentioned them living in London. Raina, the budgets, these
crazy
high-rise luxury apartments they're in, honeymooning in Ibiza, like the budget is high for the UK.
Last season in the US, there was 6 couples and they couldn't afford a hotel room for the 6th couple.
Had to go to Malibu. It's down the street.
But you know, I think about this all the time. They still had to like buy flights for this couple, but they were like, we just won't spring for a hotel.
They're not going international. They're going to Malibu. These apartments, I do remember, for some reason, I have this image in my head of Shane and Natalie in a really beautiful apartment
in Chicago. Yeah, they were nice.
And they have gotten progressively nicer when they were in Atlanta. Those apartments were on the street I used to live. They were like not nice. Like every year it gets better. The wedding venues get better. The honeymoons get better. But this is the top, I feel like, in terms of going to Ibiza for the honeymoon and these high-rise luxury apartments in the middle of London.
Okay, you know what they refuse to pivot on though is it's always a queen size bed. And I'm like, how are these people in a queen size bed? They're always tall. The whole UK, they're so tall.
Joseph's the size of a queen bed.
How are you?
Joseph's shoulders are as broad as a queen bed.
Give love a shot by giving these people a bed that is appropriate.
Maybe they're doing that to like see if they can survive it. It's just to get things a little zesty.
I'm gonna sleep in a queen size bed tonight. For the first time with another person. It's so long. And I don't know how I used to do this.
So we are going on this trip in Boston in a few weeks. And there's a hotel in Boston that is supposed to be one of the best hotels in the world. It was in this Travel and Leisure magazine I just bought in the airport as like one of the best hotels.
The Boston Harbor Hotel?
No, it's this other one.
Okay.
It's in Beacon Hill, I believe. I forget what it's called. I was looking and most of the rooms are queen beds. It is an old boutique hotel, but it was like the queen bedrooms are actually pretty affordable for being one of the best hotels in the world. And I was like, of course I want to stay here. Like I've read about it in magazines. And then once you jumped up to the one king room they had available, it was like, I'm not paying that, but queens.
I mean, you guys are so tall. I mean, I'm fine, I guess, in a queen size bed. I'm very short, but the person I'm sleeping with isn't. And you gotta like give people a real chance at love. Let them sleep through the night.
Last night we were out with Kate Steinberg and Chad Savage talking about the dogs in the bed. They have a bunch of pets. They're in the bed. Now we have 2 dogs in our bed. And we were talking about needing a bigger bed. And I was like, you guys have 2 dogs in the bed every night. Do you have a California king? He's like, have you heard of an Alaska king? I think it's like 12 feet wide and 9 feet long. I have to have it.
Yeah.
We'll keep Zizou if we can get an Alaska king.
Okay. Any other thoughts about UK?
So Jack, I was like, these are all the red flags in one person. I don't know if I've ever seen so much of, honestly, like a caricature of a fuckboy on TV in a while. And I told you, he is a test for women, if you like him or not, if you're attracted to him or not, or if he totally gives you the ick to see if you've graduated from fuckboys. Here's my feeling on Jack. He can't pull off Harry Jowsey. He is wannabe Harry Jowsey, Temu Harry Jowsey. But I will say, Harry Jowsey on Too Hot to Handle season 1, I wasn't into. He was too young
100%.
acting. He was like a kid.
Yes.
Jack is like a kid to me. I don't think I would ever come around and finding him attractive like I do with Harry now. I don't really love his look. I don't love the stash. I don't love his vibe. He says he's a chef. I think he probably works at like Wagamama on the line. Like, I don't believe he's a chef. Now he's trying to find a job in sales. That man is not a chef, Raina. And no offense to everybody that works at Wagamama, but like I told you, you were like, he's a hot, tall
it's
chef.
Funny you busted out Wagamama. How do you know about Wagamama?
That's a UK chain. My point is I know that man works at a chain restaurant in the UK. I know he's not a chef. He's a cook.
He's super tall, like neck to toes tattoos, mustache, buzzed head. I mean, he is a problem. But hear me out, because I was really attracted to him, obviously. There's been a couple seasons of Love is Blind with these guys that come in and they're so charming and you're like, they're going to be these like total fuckboys. And then they fall so in love for a girl and they do change it. Here's my 2 examples. Barnett, season 1.
The fact that he was like the heartthrob That's my problem with the South. The fact that Barnett came in, Barnett this, Barnett that, everybody was
obsessed with Barnett. And he's so charming. And then he did just like pick a woman. I mean, they're, other than Cameron and Lauren, they're the longest lasting couple of Love is Blind, period. And then also Kieran last season, Kieran and Meghan from the UK, he was also so charming. I've never been in love before. I've never had a serious girlfriend. And then he like is so in love with Meghan. They are so cute together. And I thought like maybe this guy just needed to find like a solid, real woman. Listen, I'm not of the ilk of like, I can change him, but like,
sounds like you are.
Sometimes you see guys like
sounds
this.
Like that's the road you're going down. It was never going to be for him. And have you watched all episodes?
I have one episode left, but I do know about him. Well, I know the stuff. I've watched the
like leaving in the morning and turning off his location. And then she got her parents involved. When you bring your parents involved to interrogate a man, I love nothing more. I love Faye's parents. And also like this conversation, we'll try not to go too lengthy on it. Famous last words when we talk about Love is Blind. But if you've watched it, you know, we're not going to run through all of it. And of course, spoilers. If you don't want to listen, we're going to talk about stuff that's happened. But I love Faye's parents and she brings them in. And the way that his mom is like, you turned off your location. And I know you did. And he really has no rebuttal. I don't think he wants to lie face to face to her mom. And I'm curious what you thought he was doing.
So thank you. So basically, they go out, they're partying at their apartment, and then they're going to meet her family the next day. And he basically leaves. And his excuse is that like he just panicked because of that. He turns off his location. So if you guys go on TikTok, I was just watching some TikToks about this morning. There's a bunch of people who live in the neighborhood he said he was walking around in. Every one of them, all the TikToks are like, you weren't walking around in that neighborhood at that hour. No, you were not. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. You are just looking for trouble. There's like 4 or 5 TikToks I was watching this morning from people that are like, I live here and no one's walking around in this neighborhood at night. And like, that's not a thing. Like, if you're there, you're inside someone's apartment you're not supposed to be in.
Like, when the mom goes, he was in slides? Weird. We laughed out loud. We rewound it to watch it.
I love a smoking gun. A woman that finds a smoking gun like that, it's like you weren't walking around in those.
He gets up at like 5, 6 in the morning. He makes the bed. He turns his location off and he goes out and walks around for a couple hours. I mean, I guess he could have went and met up with the girl. I think he maybe went and got drugs. What else would it be? He didn't go because he needed to get off the grid, which is what he tells her.
It is just, I mean, like, who is booty calling at, what time did he leave? 5 in the morning?
He left like 5 or 6 in the morning. Like, he came home, that he slept on the couch. It's just a mess.
He should have just said he went to the gym. Like, this makes actually no sense.
I went to the gym. Yeah.
6 in the morning.
But she'd still be like, why'd you turn your location off? You can't lie about that shit. Your location just doesn't magically turn itself off.
That one time Shashank was trying to sneak to LA and he was like, I turned my location off, and I was like, why'd you do that? And he was like, she knows where I am. And we were like, she's gonna know.
Well, the thing that he did wrong was he told me that he was like, oh, I'm weird, my location turned off. I maybe wouldn't have even noticed.
I feel like I noticed.
Yeah, I probably would have.
But yeah, I don't know why he didn't just say he was going to the gym. And also, like, it is perfectly normal to be like, I just met you and I did just need like a minute. You know, I don't need you to like know where I am every second. I know maybe that's not healthy. We'll work on that. But like, I was at the gym. Just make a good lie up.
I know. You know, I love the show. It's my favorite reality show of all time, but it's such a joke. These people know each other for 3 weeks and they like really think they're going to get married. It's very, very funny to me. Sophie and Taylor, is that his name?
She's the really pretty one that looks like she's designed in AI.
Yeah. They are one of the strongest couples I've seen on the show. Like, I'm not even clocking them because I'm like, they're dialed in. I have nothing else to say. No surprises. They're going to get married.
Of course.
Kiara.
So she is like the most controversial figure of this season. I'm very curious what you're going to think about her because she was going to also maybe end up with Jack. And there's this like who ended it first kind of thing. She's like, I did. Yeah. He's like, I did. They're going back and forth. It's just like a little toxic. She's kind of creating drama with the other girls. And you're like, I'm not sure if she's trying to be a girl's girl or not. Some people want to see, is it Blair Waldorf line? Like, some people want to see the good in people and I want to see the truth. I think that she's just a pot stirrer. I think 100%. She's just like, I'm going to get screen time. I'm going to just like stir the pot.
Exactly what I said. I was like, she's just stirring the pot. She's fascinating as a type of woman that is like, I want a man who will pay for everything, and I'm going to lead with the fact that I have a $300 minimum spend on a first date, that men have spent up to $15,000 for me on a date. I'm going to lead with that. You need to pay for everything. You need to bring me coffee in bed in the morning. And what I will be doing is teaching Pilates part-time, I assume, and using all the money that I make to buy things for myself on top of the things that I expect you to pay for me. I find it fascinating. Like, just in what do you actually think you're bringing to the table? Like, just being hot, maybe you are really supportive. Maybe you do stuff around the house, but like, I always think that's so crazy of like, I will not be paying for anything. And I also need you to be my butler.
It makes me uncomfortable. I don't have friends like this. If that's the kind of relationships y'all want to be in, good for you. That's fine. It's not how I would treat another person. My partner does not serve me the way that she says, like, you will make me a coffee, you bring it for me, you will not speak to me until I finish this coffee. Like, and I do think that there's a lot of relationship dynamics where one person pays for everything and the other person is like, yeah, I'm going to cook all the meals, I'm going to clean, I'm going to make the plans. Like, that's fine. I'm going to have the children.
Or when you have kids is a whole different world.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing.
They're not even close to that. They just met.
I really hate this whole attitude of like, I will not be paying for anything. No one owes you money. Strangers?
It seems like she's coming around. I mean, what she did for AJ for the Diwali celebration was so beautiful to see. It seems like maybe she's changing in this relationship. I don't really see them getting married. She's a fascinating watch, and I am obsessed with our conversations about money. Obsessed. That dynamic, really watching it play out. Like, I am just like rubbing my palms together when it comes up because he doesn't have a lot of money right now. Like, he's becoming a Pilates instructor himself. What? I was like, wait, where's he going with this? When he was like, I used to be an athlete. So he was like, I used to be an athlete. Then I worked in banking and now I'm going to teach Pilates.
No, I thought he said I'm going to open up some gyms. You think he's going to go be a Pilates certification?
Okay, we will fact check this. I swear I thought he was getting his certification to teach Pilates.
Okay, it's funny that Mrs. like, I will not be paying for anything was between a line cook at Wagamama and a Pilates instructor. She picked the brokest guys on the show.
Oh my God. I can't stress enough. There is nothing wrong with being a line cook at Wagamama. I mean, that's how you get your start, but you can't call yourself a chef. Any more thoughts before I do my doppelgangers?
No, I'm excited to just finish the season. I like to do the predictions, but I think the only couple that's going to get married,
Sophie,
is that. Yeah,
maybe
Sophie.
Joseph and Francesca, maybe.
Joseph and Francesca, I think that they are going to say no, but stay together. I think that they're a really solid match.
Yeah.
I think that they should date because it's not normal to marry a person you met 20 minutes ago.
It's like a clown show. Okay. So Kiara, I see Cara Delevingne.
Yeah.
Little bit of Lily Collins, but Cara Delevingne.
Nailed it.
Cuba, I think, is so beautiful.
Yes.
Tree hugger Cuba. You guys might not know this actress by name, but they are twins. And if you want to look her up, Dasha Polanco. So she was on Orange is the New Black. They are twins. They have the same face.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
And an early Beyonce.
Yeah.
Because of the hair. And there's this moment where Francesca and Cuba and Yasmin were like, do we look like Destiny's Child? And I laughed out loud. I thought it was the funniest, cutest thing to say. And they did. They were giving Destiny's Child. I thought it was so cute. Okay. Joseph is like not human. Like that's
he does look like Bilbo Baggins. He does.
What is that?
Wait, Joseph is. Wait, which one is he?
The huge.
Okay, sorry.
Black man.
Sophie's man. We'll get back to him. He looks like Mark from season 1 mixed with the Hobbit.
Oh, is Taylor, is that his name? Because I said Peter Dinklage. Look, they're a hot couple. He is the most tattoos. That was a requirement on this season, was like 2 full sleeves of tattoos. You don't see his full tattoo in the pods, and then they're in bed, and I thought it was AI. It's a full lion. He has a zoo on his upper body. It looks wild. Okay. Joseph is like a Marvel superhero. Like
He's startlingly handsome.
Michael Clark Duncan from the Green Mile. Like, that's the energy. He's just so huge.
Yeah.
He's such a presence. Like, yeah, he's a smoke. Sophie, she's like every LA influencer. It was hard for me to place. She could be the long lost triplet to Acquired Style and her sister.
Great call.
Also, Margot Robbie. I got to give her a little Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
And she's stunningly beautiful.
Yeah. As somebody who had lunch next to Margot Robbie the other day.
You've seen her in person.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack, I don't know. I mean, he's given Mac Miller a little bit. No offense to Mac, R.I.P. Angus Cloud,
Angus Cloud, yes.
Like, that's his
100%.
vibe, was those two who have both passed, which is like a weird thing. Here are my faves. Faye, Stephanie Pratt.
It's crazy.
Stephanie fucking Pratt.
Do you collab with Shashank on these, or is this all you, baby?
Okay,
I've been wondering.
these are all me except Stephanie Pratt as Anushka.
Okay, Anushka, because I was going to be like, if Shashank came up with
No,
Stephanie Pratt.
These are all me.
Was he even alive when
Okay,
that
I lied
show was
again.
on?
I lied again. Shashank came up with Dasha Polanco. I didn't know who that was. Okay, so the best ones were not me, and all the other ones are. Jordan. I actually think Jordan's the hottest guy.
Yeah, he's very sexy.
Jordan is Alfie in Emily in Paris. He looks so much like him. If you guys watch that show, his name's Lucien Lavacount. His name, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I really think he's really good looking.
All right, I pick up what you're putting down.
And Francesca, this was the first one I clocked immediately, is Issa Rae.
When she smiles, it is Issa Rae.
I just call her Issa Rae. So those are your Love is Blind UK season 3 doppelgangers.
You nailed it.
2026.
These might be my favorite. This might be my favorite crop.
Yeah, they came to me, except for those two. Before we move on, I just want to say one show. I'm watching Furious on Hulu. This is one of the best shows I've seen, and I've told you about it. I don't think you've watched it. As of right now.
About female serial killers, right?
Yeah, but it's like an Epstein revenge fantasy. Emmy Rossum plays the FBI detective, and the subject matter is dark, of course. Like, we're talking about child trafficking and child pornography, but it's just so well done. I mean, the acting from Emmy Rossum and like the whole cast is just unbelievable. It's dark, but they don't show anything that's too graphic. There's one scene in the most recent episode that was like hard to digest, but it truly is like inspired on like Epstein and all the people that were involved. And then this woman who was trafficked at a young age is killing these men. And the FBI and the cops are involved and seeing the dynamic between them.
This is amazing.
It's really such a well done show. And the finale will be this Sunday. I'm like losing my fucking mind over it. I have to see what happens. And the song they use essentially is like the hype song for this killer. Is We Found Love by Rihanna, our unofficial wedding song. They play it. It's crazy. She's getting all hyped up.
I'm so excited. And also, did you love Shameless? I love Emmy Rossum.
I didn't watch Shameless.
You didn't? Okay.
No, not because of any, I don't know. I just never started it, never got into it. I really want to. She's incredible.
So Shameless is like one of my favorite shows of all time. And it's similar to The Sopranos in which they have like 12 different characters and they all have storylines that are done really well. And if you guys want a show to watch, Shameless is great. I love Emmy Rossum. She's great.
You got to watch the show, right?
Okay.
I mean,
it's my next watch.
So good. And it just makes you angry that like, this is real life. Like this is powerful men, including the fucking president, are doing the most unspeakable things.
So it's real life. Okay. Yeah.
Again, they toe the line. And I think it's like one of those shows like, you know, you might need like a palate cleanser after, but it's just so well done. And so the fucking finale.
When's the finale?
Sunday.
You know I like watching finales with you and Shashank.
You have to watch this whole show. I'm not letting you get off the hook.
No, I'm going to watch the whole show. But I was
this
thinking,
week,
like, could I
You were very busy. Raina's in town to
have sex and see Ashley?
I am her second priority.
No, actually, I booked this trip before I knew he was going to be here.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's just talk about our partners and then we will get back into it.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you guys about Hinge, which truly has always just been our favorite dating app. It is the dating app designed to be deleted. And it is really what Ashley and I have used so much, and I love their profiles and the ease of use. But I think that in general, the thing that is most stressful is like sliding into somebody's messages. What am I going to say? How am I going to like take a risk? And so Hinge just put out this audio book. It's called No Ordinary Love, and it's stories of like real couples who took a risk. It's written and read by 5 incredible like contemporary artists, and the stories are just meant to like encourage you to like do the thing, say the thing, like say it out loud, even though it's scary. And I think that's really important. I think the gray area in dating is so scary for people. It's just like, I don't know how they're going to react to this. And this is just designed to like encourage you to say the thing. And I love what they're doing. I think it's really like, it's an interesting pivot to be like, we're just going to tell couples stories. And really just like to encourage you to be brave and be honest and, you know, take risks in your own dating life. So you guys can get the audiobook for free on Spotify, where we are right now, and check it out.
You asked me the other day when I went on all those dates in New York and you were like citing all the guys, you were like Airbnb guy, fireman guy, like all these things. Like, were they all Hinge? I was like, every last one of them. I went on one hand I can count dates I went on with any other apps. It was like all Hinge when I was like dating in New York. Okay, so I'm telling you guys about Rocket Money. This is a great way to get your finances in order and, of course, cancel subscriptions that you are paying for and not using.
You guys always ask us about like budgeting tips and how do I figure out like what my finances are. And like if you're looking for one tangible thing to do, download the Rocket Money app. The interface is so easy to use and they'll help you to figure out like what's in your savings account, your checking account, what subscriptions do I have. And like if you're like, it's summertime, I want to know what I can afford and like I want to do wardrobe vacation, like this is going to be the best thing that you can do.
Yeah. And different people will tell you like cut back on like getting lattes and this and that. It's like, no, get your latte and stop paying for some subscription that you're not using. So get in the app, and they do so much more than the subscriptions, but that's a great place to start. But they're going to cancel the unwanted ones with a few taps, giving you an easy way to stop paying for things you don't use. But they are also going to help you set budgets and goals, get personalized insights and regular reports, and receive real-time alerts for large transactions, upcoming bills, refunds, and low balances. We cannot stress enough. Every single financial expert we've had on the show says automate, just have these things set and you just don't have to think about them, set it and forget it. And so they're going to help you with that, consolidate your checking, savings, loans, investments into a single dashboard to give you a clear view of your financial picture. We love the app. It's really easy to use, and it really can help you get your finances in order. So Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/GGE. That's rocketmoney.com/GGE, rocketmoney.com/GGE.
Okay, well, we're not going to go too hard on the Lindsay Clancy trial, but it, of course, is just like inundated on my feed. So if you're not familiar, Lindsay Clancy is on trial. She's facing 3 counts of first-degree murder for taking the lives of her children and then attempting to take her own life. And this trial, aside from the fact that it's just unbelievably horrifying and, you know, similar to the Andrea Yates trial from 2000. What is really being debated is whether she was under a state of psychosis or not. She will spend her life in jail no matter what. It's not debatable whether she did this or not, but
she's not going to spend her life. Like, it's kind of whether or not she's going to end up in a mental facility or
sure, but forever. Yeah,
not necessarily.
Okay, so the debate is whether she was in a state of postpartum psychosis when she did this. So did she premeditate this? Was she of sound mind enough? I mean, obviously nobody is of sound mind that would do this at all, period. But was she under a state of psychosis? And the trial is just sort of like, did she premeditate this? She took her child to a pediatrician appointment in the morning. She sent her husband on an errand. She clocked how long that would take, so on and so forth. So that's what's being debated. And also, you know, was this a failure of the medical system to help women who are suffering from postpartum?
Yeah. I have not watched this entire trial every day. People are watching every single moment of this. They are the people, aside from the people in the courtroom, people who are really have seen every moment of this trial are the ones that are going to be more authorized to speak on this. And I haven't, but I've read a ton. I mean, I think there are a few things that are clear. This woman was begging for help and was failed by our healthcare system and her own husband. And it's tragic. And if she hadn't have been failed by the system and the people around her, namely her husband, the kids would be alive today. I do believe that. I don't believe for 1 second it was premeditated. I fully believe she was in psychosis. Her mother-in-law has testified in support of her. They can't find one person to say a bad thing about this woman. They've dove into her whole life. There's a lot of weird things about this trial, but I've been in so many comment threads on this. I am obsessed with what people think. And a lot of people think there are a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of suspicious things with how it all went down. And I was in this one comment thread that someone was just like, for people who are watching the trial and you were on the jury, what would you say? And overwhelmingly, everyone said she would be not guilty, as the prosecution has not provided beyond a reasonable doubt that she did this. And there are so many inconsistencies and unanswered questions.
Oh, whether she did it at all?
Just that she's not guilty
of premeditation. This is a person who, I agree, it was heavily documented. It's not debatable whether she reached out for help. She was medicated. She was trying to seek therapy. Her husband, she said to her husband multiple times, I'm afraid I'm going to harm the children.
Yeah, but she has allegedly admitted this to like a psychiatric nurse, and her husband said that. Her team is not saying she didn't, but they're not saying she did. I've dove so deep into this because I'm like, was there an admission of guilt? And it's really murky. And I have like 2 takes I wanted to read that I just found really interesting. There's a kind of opposing viewpoints.
Okay, but let me ask you before you read this. Okay. So you are saying he could have done it.
I'm not saying that.
Or like pushed her to do it.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Some people think that. Yeah.
Not just a few.
No, it's a heavily
I don't want to go down this road.
Yeah, it's heavily debated whether he was involved or not. But I thought that it was not debatable whether she did this or not.
He's not on trial for this. No. But they cleared him a little early to be the father of these children. So anyway, these are just 2 opposing viewpoints I want to read. You guys make your own decisions. But this says that the Clancy case is not an episode of Law & Order. The tragedy happened over 3 years ago. Lindsay's defense team has had the entire time to look into all the clues the internet thinks will exonerate her and chose to acknowledge she committed the acts and pursue the defense of not criminally responsible, aka the insanity defense. This should tell you something. There is no bombshell. Patrick won't be implicated or arrested in the closing arguments. What happened isn't entertainment. I see that side of it. I don't want to think that like TikTok can do better than
Our legal system?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then on the other side of it, there are people who are like, I understand this is real life. Like, this isn't Legally Blonde, but it doesn't add up. And I just wanted to read this. The prosecution in the Lindsay Clancy case is asking jurors and the public to believe an awful lot. Patrick Clancy was the only one unharmed, yet he had nothing to do with it. Lindsay meticulously planned the murders, but chose to do it when he was gone on an errand that would take him less than an hour when he had been gone for days, just a few days prior. Every witness that personally knew her testified to what a loving and caring mother she was, but somehow she planned and carried out the murders of the people she loved the most while in her right mind. She chose Patrick's area of the house to kill them and then provided no postmortem care. That as a nurse, she crushed up her own medications and put them in lemonade, which would render them less effective. Like, right, she was like a nurse herself. Lindsay didn't cut herself enough for the lacerations to require immediate attention at the hospital, but somehow she lost enough blood to make her hypothermic in record time. She jumped out of the window, but somehow left no bloody prints on the window seal. Her confessions, despite first responders' testimonies that she wasn't able to speak. Her confession that she did it despite the fact that he pointed out her confession doesn't match the crime scene. That Patrick is in any way credible when his testimony has been contradicted over and over. And that Lindsay was outside long enough to get that cold, but Callan was alive recently enough to first responders on scene to be able to be resuscitated at the hospital. Like, there are people that have found these things. I mean, they did a reenactment with these Bratz dolls. I'm not saying I don't know. But there are inconsistencies, like to the point where hundreds of people who, normal people, are just like, this doesn't feel right and they can't prove it. And I would not let her off into the streets. That's not what people are saying. But they're like, she definitely didn't premeditate this and things are sus.
I'm with you, and I'm with all these conspiracy theories. I don't know. I was talking to like our friend's brother who is a psychiatric nurse, and he was like, people in a deep state of psychosis can't premeditate this kind of stuff. You can't. He works at a hospital. He directly deals with these type of people, and he was like, I don't need to know anything about this. You can't premeditate something in a deep state of psychosis. However, why doesn't she remember it? Did she admit to it?
They're saying she admitted it to, I think, a psychiatric nurse. Like, that's what they said. That is the most unclear part to me because, but again, the legal team is not saying she didn't do it, but the prosecution has to prove that she did. And that's what people are like, you aren't proving it to us. So I hope I got that right. I really don't want to misspeak. It's complicated. They brought in this like TikTok girl and the girl yesterday that was like smiling. That was crazy. Like, if you've been following this, these are distractions though. I want to be clear. Like, but there have been a lot of distractions, but I can't believe that there are people, like namely women, who are out there with this like holier than thou, unnuanced, compassionless take that this wasn't a woman who was struggling and begging for help. Well, like, that's why people are out supporting her. They're not like, yeah, kill your kids. Like, let's get so for real right now. Like, you can't at least have some empathy for everything that was going on with her that has been documented and proven before this happened. She was begging for help. That's just the facts.
Yep.
It doesn't excuse what she did. That goes without saying. I don't have to say that. Like,
yeah, this is horrifying no matter what.
100%. And people aren't arguing to let her off free. But isn't Casey Anthony out? Isn't she on the streets?
I think so. Was she on like Dancing with the Stars? I don't know.
Stop. Don't, Raina.
You gotta take that out. No.
You're thinking of Gypsy Rose?
No, Casey Anthony is.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, so another woman there's nothing else on my feed except for Natalie Harp, and she is Donald Trump's most dedicated aide. I mean, she's this young girl. You know, I've known about her for a while because they've called her the human printer. So she follows him around with a printer and she just prints stuff out for him. So she's been the human printer for a long time. But her love of Donald Trump dates back to his first presidency. I think she was like sick. Allegedly, she had brain cancer.
She credits him with saving her life.
And since then, you know, these letters that she leaves him around the White House have surfaced. And she basically says, like, you're the most important thing in the world to me.
Okay, so I did just want to say, like, I was curious why everybody's talking about her now all of a sudden. So her official title is Special Assistant and Executive Assistant to the President. But lately, she's just everywhere. She's become one of his key gatekeepers. And she was with him when he secretly fled Air Force One over the security concerns and left everyone else behind. Like, she was by his side. So 2 love letters have surfaced that she has written him, and they are so insane. Arena, imagine writing this 80-year-old lunatic in diapers a love letter. Would she sign it? All my love. This man in a diaper, this man who was shitting his pants. That's your man.
You're the most important thing in the world to me.
Just like, what in the swim fan is happening here? Like, imagine Donald Trump is your crush. Imagine Donald Trump is your crush.
You're like a young, relatively decent looking girl. Like you could have anybody, and you're like, I'll take that orange thing.
It's giving obsession. It's giving Donald Trump made a wish for this 35-year-old blonde to be obsessed with him. He did the One Wish Willow, and here's Natalie Harp. The thing I noticed most in the letters was the punctuation. Insane capitalization from Natalie Harp. Okay, so here's all the words that she capitalizes just willy-nilly. Like, it doesn't make
Just
sense.
in the middle of a
These are all,
sentence.
commas are all out of whack too, but the capitalizations are airport, carts, cash register, the C and the R, mementos, sunset, sunrise, trip, note, staff, plane, dinner, guardian, and protector. Those are all capitalized.
Guardian and protector. She's like, God. She's like, that's him.
Right. Donald Trump's like, you will use capitalizations, but cash and register, trip, note, staff. Like,
Well,
the letters are crazy to read.
It never like crossed my mind that a person who's this level of obsessed with Donald Trump would be smart, or
yeah.
literate. You know, he's not literate.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
not literate at all. But I wonder what you thought about this take. Like, because I was talking to Jeremy about this, Jeremy Jacobowitz, who's one of our good friends, and he's so obsessed with politics.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Trump. He's so obsessed with Donald Trump.
he was just like, this is a weird diversion. We're just like ripping this
Yeah.
woman to shreds on
Yeah.
the internet, and there's like terrible things going on in the world. And we're like, The Cut wrote an article about her eyeliner.
It is an interesting cat eye. It's
pronounced.
You don't see it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, the rest of the look doesn't match the cat eye, but whatever. I'm not going to criticize whatever she wants to do with her makeup.
Also, I mean, there is a funny line from the article in The Cut, basically saying like, this is not a lot of makeup considering that she's a Republican woman.
Yeah,
This is
it's more minimal.
Yeah, it's minimal. But I do think it's interesting. There is like so much about her. And listen, I do like a distraction just as much as anybody. I mean, things are so terrible. We like can't eat anything from the grocery store. Like, I do need to laugh sometimes, but this is like a lot of shit about this young woman who, like, I mean, she idolizes an absolute monster, but like, I guess you could say she hasn't done anything wrong. She does platform and support the biggest monster in the country.
Yeah, I think these letters leaked, and I don't know, is that also like an invasion of privacy? Whatever. It's just, this is this week's distraction. Mm-hmm. So we won't even talk about her next week, you know.
She'll
but
probably be the
this
Speaker of the House
is a
next week.
weekly show, and we're going to talk about those letters.
And that eyeliner.
That capitalization.
All right, we're just going to get in our headlines and then we're going to send you guys off. Dancing with the Stars announced their cast, season 35, and Whitney Levitt's husband.
Oh, is that your craziest
That's
pick?
my craziest pick because I'm just like, they were like, she made it so far. Clearly her husband will do well.
It's how Connor?
crazy.
Wait, can he dance?
Connor's pretty gay.
Connor
Did you watch
theater school?
You did watch.
No, do they dance together?
Oh my God.
Do they do dancey videos
if they
together?
always.
Okay,
always on
right.
TikTok.
So that's where he's known for his like TikTok dances with her.
Always.
Is that okay?
That to me is the craziest one. But yes, he's in her dances. They're all just dancing. He wasn't in like the most famous dance when she was like, I'm in the NICU. And their kid was like in the NICU and she was like doing a TikTok dance. That was pretty crazy. He wasn't in that one, thank God. But I would love if they brought her out to do a number with him.
Yeah. People really like them.
Yeah.
There's been talk of a spinoff, you know, like Whitney, what a redemption arc
Unbelievable.
for her.
Yep.
And he's this like supportive husband and let him cook. Okay. Sierra Miller was one of the first people they announced forever ago. This is old news. But Sierra's going to be on. Obviously, we can't wait to see her. Tyler Cameron. Jenna Dewan and Julia Stiles herself, Juilliard grad, Save the Last Dance. Like, this casting is for millennials. Like, for everyone who had Step Up and Save the Last Dance on DVD, which is me. This is our Super Bowl. Raina, Julia Stiles?
Sorry, you said Tyler Cameron, and all I could think about was, first of all, former guest of the show.
Yeah.
Just got engaged. Congrats to him. The caption was insane.
Yeah,
Better late than never.
Better late than never. I love Save the Last Dance so much.
Yeah, of course.
But it's crazy to watch it back and see that final dance of hers that gets her into Juilliard.
Also, she doesn't do that on the show. I will be so upset.
She has to do it on the show.
Yes.
But it's funny that when we watched that, I saw it in the theater, of course. I remember being like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. Like, we really were just like chills in the theater. You know, it's just very funny. But Jenna Dewan And Julia Stiles, like, I can't even believe this. And I guess Julia Stiles does have a dance background. I think
Doesn't Jenna Dewan?
Yes,
Yeah.
Jenna Dewan for sure. But Julia Stiles, like, it kind of became this joke, like the dancing from Save the Last Dance. Like, it kind of over the years has kind of been picked apart.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. She's going to be on the show. I can't wait. I don't really watch Dancing with the Stars. I've never wanted to watch a show more. I can't wait. I want to watch every week. I can't wait to see all of these people. Like, this cast speaks to me more than any other cast.
I feel like the last couple of years, this show has had a
sure.
huge resurgence with
yeah.
Alex Earl, who also has a Netflix show coming out, which we'll watch it. Sierra. I mean, I really we follow a lot of people that been on this show. I don't think I have it in me I don't think I could do that show. I mean, not only can I not dance, but the amount of rehearsals it requires. I mean, this is day in, day out. You have to move to LA, rehearse all the time. I mean, it is a full-time job while you're on the show.
I would do it 100%, but I would crash out after so hard. I remember seeing some videos that Alex Earl posted about how hard it was to come off of that. The way that it becomes your whole life, the people that you're with, the rehearsals every day, you have a different life. And it seems incredible if you really make it that far and then it's just over. So anyway, I don't think I could, I'm not strong enough. I barely survived my post-wedding crash out. Okay, and next we have, this was just very funny. Casey Musgraves came out during her tour performance on these sparkly disco balls that was literally a ball sack. Do you ever see something and you're like, I didn't know that was an option? We would have been coming out on sparkly ball sacks on our shows this whole time if we knew. But it did remind me of when we had the penis pinata in Toronto and it came down from the rafters.
This is a stupid question. Was it supposed to be a ball sack?
Yeah, Casey Musgraves is hilarious.
No, I love Casey Musgraves. But as it came down, I was like, is everyone seeing what I'm seeing?
Yes.
It's like when Andrew Tate got arrested and I was like, if everyone does not immediately start talking about this outfit, I will riot.
She says, it takes a lot of balls to get up and do what I do every night. It takes 2 gigantic, anatomically correct, sparkling balls. In fact, she also shared her grandmother was at the performance. I've actually got my Nana in the house tonight. She always told me, honey, if you're going to do something, do it big and do it sparkly. Nana, is this what you had in mind?
Oh, I thought Nana was going to be do it on a giant set of balls.
What
riding on the balls of a man.
I love this so much. Yeah, it was incredible.
Could we sit on giant penis chairs?
Yes.
Wait, the
we
backs would be a penis.
When we tour again, we got to do better.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Behind us, the shaft. We're sitting against the shaft, and right above our heads, a hat, is the head of the penis.
And we're kind of sitting in the balls.
In the balls,
yeah.
but
it'll be veiny. We're gonna love it. Okay. And lastly, this was last week, right after we recorded, I believe. My DMs were full of this. So Margaret Qualley wore those Chanel barefoot sandals for the world premiere of The Dog Stars. Iconic.
I couldn't believe
the dogs were out. Just so smart. It almost is like the Casey Musgraves things. It's just a smart stunt.
Mm-hmm. And if I was going to wear those shoes, and if you can even call them shoes, because it just covers your heel, right? There is nothing under your foot. There's nothing under your toes, or is it clear?
And then it's got the strap, right?
It's got a strap, but is there nothing under the front of your feet? Right?
Yeah. No, you're the balls of your feet are on the carpet.
Okay, so a red carpet is the place to wear this because it's not the street and it's not existing carpet. It's that carpet was laid down just for this event and it's clean. So I would wear it there.
Yes, and then they have the straps around the top and your ankle. But she looked gorgeous. But for this to be for the Dog Stars, just so smart, so funny, so many headlines about it. It was everywhere. And we talked about these months ago when they made waves on the runway. So we just thought that was very funny. I wanted to let you guys know. Also, Instagram has a new logo. I don't know. What are they doing?
It was a jump scare when I saw it.
I
was what is that?
I don't know. Do I like it? Do I hate it? You know what? I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I didn't need it.
Yeah. I don't even want to give it that much airtime.
When companies change their logos, I'm just sort of what was this for?
Yeah.
What's the
Instagram
point?
has a new logo. You can't eat any food in the U.S. And that's what's happening. R.I.P. Dolly.
Oh, well, that was your snack, guys.
Yeah. Girlsgottaeat.com, Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I am Ash Hess on Instagram and TikTok. Raina is Raina.Greenberg, RainaGreenberg.com for her tour tickets in the fall coming up soon. You can watch a full video on Spotify where we are here today at the studio and also on YouTube. And we will see you guys on Monday.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.